Happy Monday, January 5th, 2026. This is part one. I'm sure I'm going to have part two after work, but I promised a video before work, so we're just going to get as far as we can in the next half hour before I have to prepare for work. This was Saturday's Wordle. This is my Wordle muses are. I get inspiration from many places, not very many, just a few, but my Wordle muses are definitely, or Wordle Muse, one of my muses. And they had sitar, which is kind of an instrument. I don't know. I'm going to look on I'm going to see if I can find anything like this. Anyway, I had a brain fart, and I thought it was also satir. I thought it was, I don't know why. I thought, so Virginia's, this is where you led me, you guys. Just a complete brain fart until about 5 minutes ago when I was preparing this. I said, wait, that's not Virginia sitar, it's Virginia satir, but she is definitely, I mean, it's a new muse. This is fantastic psychologist and psychotherapist. She was probably murdered in Palo Alto for her work. Anyway, she ended up in Palo Alto doing a lot of great stuff there. But look at some of the stuff she wrote. So this is from her Wikipedia page. Her world impact could be summed up in her universal mantra: peace within, peace between, and peace among. Actually, there's better quotes than this. This is like, here it is. During her time, anyway, she states, if we can heal the family, we can heal the world. She's just like, she represents what I believe and what I'm trying to do, and all my stuff is, if we can heal the family, we can heal the world. And we're at the last stage of that right now. I'm not a psychotherapist, but I know that if we can fix family law, which will help to heal the family, then that will heal the world. Psychotherapy can help, but if the laws are going against the family, then you could psychotherapy all you want. If we're harming the children at birth, and between 0 and 5, by the way, but just even after 7 days, like circumcising them, that's the number one problem right now. If you're doing that, you can psychotherapy their whole life. You're not going to get anywhere as nearly as not circumcising them, not spanking them. A lot of stuff happening in the first 5 years. So that's where my focus is, on the law. And right now, you had to take down a lot of, anyway, just now is 2026 is going to be going after pedophiles now, and the family court, and the pedophiles running the family courts. And that's it, 2026, this is what we're going to do, because if we could heal the family, we could heal the world. And pedophilia is definitely preventable, I believe. And that's going to go a long way toward healing the world. From a possibility of a nurturing primary triad of father, mother, and child. And I'm really beginning to question the gay adoption thing. For now, I'll explain it a little bit later, but I'm really big on gay rights and everything, but the gay male couple adopting little babies is now kind of like, in the current system where the gay male men, like my gay baby daddy, can sign whatever they want. They can make whatever laws they want. I am sure there's rampant pedophilia going on, and the laws are not protecting these kids. So yeah, gay marriage, fine, but gay male adoption of babies, not fine for right now, with the way the family court is heading and the way the pedophiles run everything. All right, I can't even imagine. I used to say, I'm so happy that my own baby daddy is not a pedophile, because he could have easily raped our kids right on the corner of McAllister, where the family court is, in broad daylight and gotten away with it if he were a pedophile. That's how bad the court system is. And that's all across the country, but especially in San Francisco, where, fate and destiny brought me to where I am to be able to do what I've been doing for the last 30 years. So, family court, we're going after the pedophiles this year, and family court, which is the same thing, in my view. So from a possibility of a nurturing primary triad of father, mother, and child, she conceived the process of human validation. She viewed the reconciliation of families as a way to reconcile the world. Yes, as she said, the family is a microcosm. By knowing how to heal the family, I know how to heal the world. Yes. And doing it from a legal perspective is everybody has their talents, and mine is focusing on the laws. Banning corporal punishment of children, banning circumcisions, and especially banning this practice, which is the next thing. It's coming up. Actually, let me delete this stuff. So, satir is what I got out of that. And I was showing you. I was saying, "Oh, thank you for showing satir." And I looked at it and I said, "Wait, it's sitar, not." And anyway, whatever. So, okay, I need to clear out some of this. Bye, lady. I'm going to read you later. Fantastic. Most of the child people and family people I've read were Jewish women. She's not Jewish. She was Christian or Latter-day Saints, something. I don't care. I just, I thought perhaps in my theory of, let's just go. She could have been buried, is what I'm saying. Now we're going to start to get some news on other people instead of, anyway. Okay, like now that the truth is bubbling up because lies and propaganda and crap that's been happening for millennia by gays is going to be increasingly too expensive. So truth's going to start to bubble up because they just cannot suppress it anymore. So her stuff's going to be more well known. We'll see how that goes. So we're going to focus on if we can make this illegal, and it's going to be it's sick. It's men performing oral sex on babies and hiding it under this word mitzitsaba. It's a oral suctioning. When a baby is circumcised, some ritual Jewish circumcisers, mohelim, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, do a practice called mitzitzabepe. I'm sorry, I have the pronunciation right here.
Mitzitzabepa.
Mitzitzabepa. Thank you. Mitzitzabepa. Bye. So, mitzitzabepa is when the mohel uses their mouth to suck blood away from the baby's circumcision wound as part of the circumcision ritual. After mitzvah, some babies can get an infection, and there's been reports of herpes. And the dirtiest thing, dirtier than a dog bite, is a person bite. And police know this. And to have that, this is a newly opened wound on a baby's penis. Anyway, my new theory is this. Oh, shoot. Anyway, we're definitely continuing this later. But my latest theory is for pedophilia. How am I going to do this? I'm just studying pedophilia right now. So we're going to I'm just right off the bat. I don't care. I remember I had a best friend in junior high who had been molested, and I didn't realize it until she told me way later. But I learned from her that her own father had molested her and her older sister. But as soon as she got her period, the father was no longer, just left her alone. So this is pedophilia. Her father was a pedophile, meaning you're only interested in prepubescent, mostly women, of course, men or women, and I'm not sure it's interested as much as there's a couple of different sicknesses going on here, but grown men being interested in pubescent girls at 13 and older, I don't think that's as much a sickness as it's just called Lolita syndrome. And that's the grown man feeling insecure about himself, so he's more secure around a younger woman. And Mother Nature says she could have babies. So what the hell? I mean, we're going against Mother Nature. Mother Nature wants the most nurturing thing for the 13-year-old since she can't take care of the baby that well. So I get that. I get cultures where there's older men and they take on 13-year-old brides. I mean, it's just Mother Nature. And yes, we're against it. I'm not going to say that that's like a sickness like pedophilia, which is definitely something that we shouldn't just call it all pedophilia, because if everybody's a pedophile, nobody's a pedophile. And it's the same with gay men who go after young pubescent teenage boys. And this happened in the Catholic Church scandal more than anything. And if you want to know my view on that, you watch the movie called Doubt, where it's a black teenage gay boy, and the mother was telling Meryl Streep, who was a nun, the Meryl Streep character was going all crazy. It's molestation, blah, 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 it's your 13. And then the mother of the boy said, my boy is black and he's gay, and if he can find somebody to help him, this priest, I don't even care. She didn't care as much as the nun. And it wasn't like, she wasn't calling it molestation, and I'm with her. It's like, that's not pedophilia to me. It's just closeted priests helping closeted young men come of age as being gay. And if they can help them that way, the mother was like, if somebody could help this boy out, then more power to him, was basically what the mother was saying, played by Viola Davis. Go watch the movie Doubt, okay? And nobody seemed to get that. Nobody seems to get this. That's not a pedophile. And that's the whole thing with the church pedophiles. That wasn't that at all. It was the church is imploding, and the gays needed to, what they do is they needed money. So these priests had these, they have all the gay, there were real pedophiles, meaning there are some priests out there who are going after little girls, and they never got caught. The people who got all the money were gay, everybody's gay coming of age, and they became, these whistleblowers on purpose. Oh, darn, I'm going to have to quit the priesthood, with millions of dollars they shared with their victims, right? It's like they're victims. They're not it was just, that's what gays do. They're very good at coming together, and, they just really fleeced the Catholic Church of millions of dollars, these priests. Oh, what a shame. I have to leave the priesthood now. And they're getting all this, money from their victims on these settlements, $1 million settlements everywhere. So that was just the beginning of the implosion of the Catholic Church, is all that was. That really didn't go to any, I'm sure there were some victims in there that were real pedophile victims, but they're not seeing any money because they're calling these priests pedophiles when they really weren't. The priests who were going after 13, 14-year-old altar boys were not pedophiles. Maybe there were some that went after younger boys, but I don't think so. I think it was a male Lolita syndrome going on there. Okay, so onward. So what I am after more than anything is what causes, so is a pedophile a gay man? There were some studies that a lot of pedophiles were the younger, had a lot of older male sibling, like younger, and that was my theory as far as so there are a lot of pedophiles who are gay, but could be a different kind of pedophile. There's a pedophile, I believe, is created from the subconscious when a young boy is circumcised and has this done on him, the oral suctioning. That's a sickness that the young boy doesn't even realize, but if you can't seem to get the data on this because it's pedophilia and it's very well covered up. But we're going to expose this and what causes pedophilia, which is mostly in white people more than any other culture. You have it in white people, and white people also have more gays than anything. But it's definitely related to gays, and it's definitely related to circumcision, I believe, and it's definitely related to, actually no, circumcision is probably related more to the Lolita syndrome, because circumcision causes the man to be inadequate sexually, and they know it, and it causes a lot of mental problems in the whole religion of Jewish, where it's the mother pushing this and the gays push it on them, so that there's not very good heterosexual sex, which is what gay men want. They want a broken family. They want a bad relationship between a man and a woman. They want anything they could do to increase the chances that the gay man will stick his penis up their anuses. So this is sick. It's just been going on for millennia, though. So it's gonna end here, but this on top of everything else, you're gonna find in the future that the ones who had this done to them, not only the circumcision, but the ones who had their little baby dicks sucked on, they had oral sex on little babies. It got into their subconscious. It wired their little baby brains, because they say that pedophiles have a different wiring in their brains when they look at MRIs. And they say it happens at birth. No, it happened at the circumcision, probably. You got to look at that more carefully. And there are a lot of non-Jewish people who are circumcised too. So, and there's also non-gay men who are circumcised. So the non-gay men who are circumcised and have this thing done to them, and other gay men through diaper changings. I'm criticizing right now. We're going to get into this later on the Kelly Clarkson show. They've got like this weird stuff going on with the pedophiles over there. It's not her fault. She's just a magnet for pedophiles right now, NBC, and just nothing Kelly can do about this. She's going to need help. Just say, the same as here. These women, the people trying to stop this, are going to need help. It's not just like, oh, well, let's stop this, and then these people are getting like murdered. It's just not that easy to stop the pedophiles. It's just going to happen this year, but it's going to be messy, and I'm not sure a lot of us are going to get out the other end, including me. So, boo security is the name of the game. When I say boo security, it's just, I'm just going to try everything I can to focus on getting information out and forming some kind of a posse, which was another wordle, and we'll see how this goes. But this is it. 2026 is it. This needs to be made illegal in all 50 states, this practice. It is oral sex on a little 7-day-old baby boy. And it's creating pedophiles, that those little boys that are getting their penises sucked. And if they're not getting it sucked this way, there are these pedophiles who are created this way, find all sorts of different ways to get at babies very easily. And one of them is diaper changing. And they get in and they find a way to change the diapers, and then they've got little baby genitalia. And there's also a different kind of pedophilia, which is, it could be the same, but it's a hatred toward, you really want to damage the baby, and you want to damage especially the little girl. These are the gay pedophiles who want the little boys and not damage them as much as, but they'll molest the little girls who have problems. Now the girls will manifest their problems differently, not pedophilia, but they will be scarred for life. Perhaps somebody like Whitney Cummings, who had a closeted gay father, just completely clueless. And you say, well, are the gays doing this? No. Okay, let me tell you a story. I took care of my two kids. I gave birth to my biological kids and took care of them 100% until they were 4 or 5, or they were out of diapers. And I had all these, it was fantastic. My little experiments, I called them. I would read all these books, and one of the books said, when you change their diapers, don't go like, ooh, pew, oh, yucky pew, because that is going to keep them in diapers longer. You have to say that their poop is beautiful and you're happy and it's a positive experience, and then they'll be out of diapers sooner. There's other things to get them out of diapers, like you leave them in the backyard in the summer without their diapers on. They don't like to have pee running down their leg, and I did that. I did all these things, and both my kids were completely potty trained by the time they were 2. Okay, because I would go overboard, and it might have been a little bit much because they worshiped their doo-doo, and they had to flush their own doo-doo, or else if you flushed it for them, they would, it went a little overboard in a funny way, and I laugh about it, but it worked. So I wouldn't let anybody change their diapers or come near him because I didn't want that, the typical, oh, pew, ooh, ooh type of stuff. But my gay baby daddy had a friend, and I was just changing their diapers or something, and he's coming in and he's like, um, oh, she doesn't trust you to change your diapers. And it was just the weirdest, stupid, like, he's not a pedophile, and I would let him change the diaper and he wouldn't molest the child. But I don't trust gay men to not give up, like, this was a good sexual partner, I guess, and to show trust. It would be very easy for a pedophile to gain access to changing a baby's diaper through a gay man who would have a lower threshold or not be aware. We need an awareness campaign for you gay men, because I'm sure pedophiles are targeting you to get to little babies to molest them. Okay, like, most women aren't going to let somebody who isn't the father or whatever it is, and even there'll be a family friend who's closeted gay, and white non-gay people are clueless when it comes to seeing who is gay and not. They have no gaydar. So there could be even their own brother, like an uncle or a friend of the family, and they target these people to be trusted. Like every boy in a school, I can tell you who their gay friend is. They latch onto him. Like Kavanaugh had a gay. They, especially in private school, they latch onto him and then they control them, so that later, if they become something famous, they could come out and control them. Like, they said, well, what do you have on Kavanaugh? Oh, well, he had a gay friend who attached to him and got all sorts of dirt on him so that he couldn't become and that was that tranny. That was Dr. whatever. Oh God, okay. I'm just throwing spaghetti against the wall, but I'm just saying that the focus right now is to keep the pedophiles away from diaper changing and and circumcision. Let's stop circumcising them. Let's stop sucking their little dicks, because turns them into pedophiles. And the other thing is, gay men, the pedophile in a hateful way, the gay men who want to get at little girls or babies to damage them, to sexually abuse them in a damaging way. And then there's another kind of pedophilia, which is they're jealous of the grown women. They don't like women, so they think maybe they could like babies. Like, they don't want to be gay, so they're thinking, well, I'm attracted to boys and girls at that age look the same. So they're just trying to. It's definitely gay related. The pedophilia is, and it's a white thing, because whites have more gays than anybody else, and there's a redheaded infatuation as well. Like, you look at, and the way they also, so they'll target, if there's a pedophile created and they want access. Access is the name of the game for everything. Access to, gays always have access to, especially celebrities, this kind of thing. This is very big on them. They have access. There's no privacy. The hairdresser, the whatever, there's gays everywhere. My boo Kelly Clarkson, she's surrounded by, gays and pedophiles and everything. She cannot do this herself. She has so many things on her plate. She can't check everything going through. They surprise her with all sorts of little pedophilia things, and she has to try to support it, and nobody realizes this. So I'm really going to try to, oh God, let's just, okay, 4:30. I got to get ready for work, and I didn't even get past I just have so much to do, and it's so important, especially what's going on today with the, oh my God. God, I just went on a million tangents, but this is what we're focusing on. Okay, we're just going to focus on this stuff, and it's just it's not that it's me as well, is what I'm saying. I'm just saying that from my experience of having a gay baby daddy who is not a child molester, but now I would not, I'm glad that I said no to having anybody change the diapers, and not because I didn't trust the friend at the time. And actually, the friend was Hispanic, so I would, even in hindsight, I would trust them more. But it was like a test. Oh, you don't trust him? Like you could tell that a pedophile would go straight to my gay baby daddy, and even if it was gay, and it's just like, you have to have proof of trust in him and let him change the diaper. And it's just like, well, maybe, no, don't, and why, if you're seeking to change diapers, there's something wrong with you. Even if it's for validation of the gay thing, like I have to prove that I'm not, that I don't think he's a pedophile. The whole thing made me question it since then. And I'm glad in hindsight that I never let anybody change the diapers anyway for this other reason. So I don't think they were molested, but the chances are definitely increased dramatically, not because the gay man will do anything for hot sex. They will trade it for that. They have a weakness there. So if the gay man comes and he's a good sexual partner, he will trust them or trust their buddies or trust that buddy. And the bar of protection for the kid is a little bit lower with gay men, and pedophiles know this. It's also a little bit lower with I would say black women and Jewish women. Black women, because they've been made jealous of white women, so the pedophile problem is a mostly white woman thing. So what the hell? What is that? And there are a lot of stuff going on in the black culture, but a lot of it has to do with the spanking thing too. So Jewish women with the damn circumcision, stand up and stop that. Like there's a lot of, they get their power from the gay white male, and then so we have this huge problem. Little white baby girls and baby boys are super exposed. Little black boys are, because they're being spanked by their black mamas. So there's a spanking problem there. But the pedophile problem, I think, is, that's all bad. We need to ban corporal punishment of kids. But the number one thing right now, this freaking is, I'm after the pedophiles. So I mean, that's fine. That's going to come. All this stuff is going to come, by the way. It's not like I have to push for it. I'm just trying to get everybody, this is going to end possibly this year. It's just an indicator of how far we've come to solving some of these problems. And the problems are, where's all the money coming from? Trump is handling that. The swamps are imploding. And that's what I'm covering later, is the swamps are imploding. He's doing his talent and his work. And meanwhile, I'm going to try to set up my talent of, getting the right laws to come up, and also to boost security. Like, I don't know, you have to decide on your own what to do, but to protect those kids, keep them the absolute fuck away from gay people, and especially any white male adult who is not a baby's father, and even the gay fathers who, like, I would not have let a gay couple adopt. I would not have let a gay male couple, even a gay female couple, because they'll have gay friends who come at them and say, "Can we change it? Can we change the diaper? Do you trust us to change the diaper?" Oh yeah. And it's like, no, don't let any fucking, for now, because it's just fucking. Okay. So let's just do this quickly. So the pedophilia, I have different versions of it, but I believe a lot of it is caused by the molesting little babies, molesting them, circumcising them is part of it. But definitely this practice is creating pedophiles, but also pedophiles coming after changing their diapers, and it only takes one thing, or maybe they do it regularly, or maybe they have access to the kids during the daycare, which is another thing going on. I'm gonna address in a minute. So we're addressing that, and that's the most important thing. And there's a lot of other things going on, but this is what we're addressing this year, and this is what we're addressing on my rom-com list. We're addressing all this stuff, the pedophilia, and it's definitely under a certain age, but it's also, there's a different kind of pedophilia which has to do with babies, but I think it's all kind of related. And then the hateful kind. It's like, oh, they get excited about it, but I think they're mostly trying to damage because they are damaged. And I think that they know that Jewish men in particular, because there's a fine line, Jewish men and circumcised men have the Lolita syndrome more than anybody else, because they have their own insecurities. They're not very good at sex. They've been damaged themselves. through circumcision. So they have, and that's Jewish men, they tend to have the Lolita syndrome more than anybody else. And when you're making the movies, and we'll see that, you have these Jewish men like Woody Allen who tend to cross over the Jew. Like you will see the pedophiles coming in. They will go toward the Jewish male comedians and things like this, and Seth Rogen and these guys, and Adam Sandler, Seth Rogen, Woody Allen. They just pedophile central, and you need somebody to say no. Like, they're very creative, but you didn't have anybody on the set to say no to the pedophiles who would push them over into the pedophile direction. And when they had that, they made fantastic films. And when they didn't, it's a disaster as far as the pedophile being exposed. And then therefore you get things like, well, he was a pedophile. And he wasn't. He just was vulnerable to this. I don't think Woody Allen was a pedophile. I think he was a Lolita syndrome. He liked 13-year-olds. I don't think he molested anybody under the age of 8, but he was susceptible to that because of he would do whatever the gay men were very good at manipulating him. So let's just, oh God, we'll do this later. I gotta get going, you guys. I gotta get going. Oh, we're gonna add this. I'm not gonna upload this. Yes, I will. I'm just going to upload this. Okay, bye. I promise. So I'm going to upload this, and then we get started on the real stuff, which happened beginning on December 7th with this video and all the stuff. Okay, bye. It's just mostly boo security, and I'm going to do a do not poo-poo this security alert for a list of people, and I'm just trying to be very specific instead of broad about the very list of people, which is. We'll go through the list. It's going to be done by the end of today, but I'm posting this now because I promised. Okay, bye. This is it. I'm posting this. Bye. Godspeed, everybody coming out the other end in one piece. That's PIECE and PEACE. We're going to talk to you very soon. I'm getting this done today because I have a lot of legal stuff I have to do by today or tomorrow, whatever. And this stuff needs to get done. Hang in there, everybody. And okay, bye.